Jordan Love now. Jordan Love just continues to win, guys. He's winning with his teammates, winning with the media, winning with our podcast, winning the Packers fan base. There's been a lot of winning in Green Bay since that November 13th game last year when the Packers beat the Chargers en route to winning 7 of their next 10 games, going within an Anders Carlson missed field goal of the NFC Championship game. They really should have been in the NFC Championship game last year. And despite the ongoing contract negotiations, Jordan Love's been present with his team as ever. He's in the schedule release video. He's at the voluntary workouts. Dude is doing everything that you want the leader of a franchise to do. And he's saying everything too. He said, there's no room to get complacent. There are high expectations in Green Bay, and it's easy to become a fat cat. We've seen it happen to teams and players before. That does not appear to be the situation happening at Lambeau right now. And Matt LaFleur said, you feel the confidence in him. The way he projects himself in front of the team, that's what you expect. You expect guys to continue to push and get better and better and better. And we talked about, you mentioned all the players who are missing time with the Dolphins at the voluntary workout, Ziggy. That's not the case with Green Bay. LaFleur said this is the most packed he's ever seen voluntary workouts in his the offseason attendance in 5 years working with the Packers as head coach, nearly 100%. And that Jordan Love being there is invaluable. He said the team respects the hell out of him. Do you think personally that any of this matters? Because I do.
I think it matters. And I think to see why it matters, you just have to go back to 2022 with Aaron Rodgers. He skipped OTAs, and no matter how much he insisted, it didn't matter. I just do not believe that the fact that he came out swinging and had no chemistry with his guys had absolutely, in Rodgers' word, it had nothing to do with the fact that things weren't going well. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous, right? Every single practice that you can get in there and work with your guys matters. And that doubly matters because as LaFleur and Jordan Love have both come out and said, last year during the offseason, things were heavily restricted for Love, right? They were trying to get him ready to play quarterback in the NFL. And you saw early on the play calling was really restrictive. Not this year. This year, everything is going to be open from day one. And it's critical when you're trying to do so many things with so many young players. They're not new, but you think about how many snaps Jordan Love has actually played with Christian Watson between all the injuries. It's not that many. Every snap you can get with these guys matters. And having a team that's locked in from day one, I can't believe that doesn't make a difference for how prepared you're going to be for week 1 of the season.
Especially when you're all so young too, and all coming up together and meshing together and gelling together. It shows that they want to play. Like they want to get out there. Yeah. They're ready to go. Like you said, Ziggy, from day one, it's like a let's do this attitude.
No, I think it's a theme that you've seen really from the moment they lost to San Francisco with the Packers. Go back and look at those exit interviews.
They're going to come in hungry, real hungry.
No, they are. They're a hungry team, and they've approached the entire offseason that way. And Packers fans have let us know. We have a lot of comments from Packers fans that just say, like, have you seen this team right now? Have you seen Love's workout here? Have you seen XYZ? Like every single player on this roster, top to bottom, seems to be locked in. And yeah, the LaFleur noted that with basically everybody there for offseason workouts so far. And yeah, so we all agree that matters. And when you have the quarterback leading the charge, it's a great look for Jordan Love, but it also shows, it feels like him and CJ Stroud are really the guys pushing this next, it's weird to say next year because CJ Stroud's 22, Jordan Love's 25. He's closer to, he's the same age as Justin Herbert, but they feel like some of these guys who are ready to take that superstar leap, like real superstar leap, almost the way Anthony Edwards, if we're going to equate it to an NBA player right now. If you were to say who's going to take over as one of the next faces of the league, those would be the two guys I'd say to represent each conference who have a shot. And if they both have that same mentality of like, hey, well, let's come in here and not mess around, be great team leaders. And it seems to be paying off. Is that fair? I mean, do you guys like that comparison?
Yeah, no, I think you can pair Jordan Love with CJ Stroud because they've both been starting quarterbacks for a year.
Same year.
And it's not like 25 years old is old. He's still very, very young.
Yeah.
Like Justin Herbert has been starting since he came out of Oregon, whereas Jordan Love and CJ Stroud both played their first season this past year. So yeah,
nobody jabbed Aaron Rodgers with the wrong needle in the lung.
Yeah, right. Do you remember that with Herbert, Tyrod Taylor?
That's how Herbert got his starting job.
Do you remember that week 1 when
No.
Tyrod Taylor got the injection and it went his lung and they had to play?
Yeah, the doctor punctured his lung and he couldn't
Wait,
play.
who was Tyrod Taylor playing for?
The Chargers.
The Chargers.
Why do I not remember that at all?
It was and probably because he didn't play snap.
But like, I mean, you're telling me Justin Herbert wouldn't have overtaken him anyway? Like,
oh no,
he would have eventually.
He would.
Yeah.
I think if you're a Packers fan, you have to be happy seeing this because you can't start 2-5 again this year. You know, the Packers had a miraculous turnaround and won 6 of their last 8. But you can't count on streaks like that in the NFL. And if you do have streaks like that, that's the kind of thing that can get you the 1 seed or the 2 seed. They cannot, if their goals are what they say their goals are, to win the Super Bowl, it's every single game matters. You can't go 9-8 and hope to sneak into the playoffs again.
Well, we talked about it, the Packers schedule, and that there's the chance that they could get off to a red hot start. But within those first, 5 games right here, you've got the Eagles in Brazil, the Colts, the Titans, the Vikings, and the Rams. You know, the Rams and Eagles are 2 teams that, and the Vikings might be a sneaky playoff contender. We don't know how Sam Darnold or
Anthony Richardson could be great.
Oh, no, but I'm saying in terms of the NFC, you know, the Eagles could very well be a team that is back competing for the 1 seed. In Green Bay, they want to go to the Super Bowl. They're going to be competing for the 1 seed as well. There are a lot of games there in the beginning of the season where if Green Bay can beat LA, can beat Philadelphia, now you set yourself up well where, all right, all of a sudden, if you can beat Detroit or San Francisco later in the year, the 1 seed really becomes a possibility. So the first 5 games are super important because there are a couple of those major matchups coming down the road. So all seems well in Titletown, unfortunately, but when is it not?
Well, fortunately for our show.
Yeah, fortunately for the show, but unfortunately for people who root against the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking for any Viking silver lining, Josh Jacobs and Zach Tom are not practicing right now. So maybe there'll be some messed up chemistry between the running back and the right side of the offensive line.
Remember, you could check out on our website the I Love Love shirts. Those people seem to like those. They've been.
I mean, we thought we were gonna have to. I was excited for us to be able to scrap those and replace them with like Caleb Williams Packer shirts because of that terrible start from Jordan Love. They got to stay out.
Yeah, I love shirts. So you can go check those out at paulfarringtonshow.com.
Ziggy's got his Packer green on now. So
oh no, unfortunately we're gonna have an episode coming up where Ziggy's in the what is it, the poncho, and I'm in
the Packers poncho. If
it's gonna be miserable
for members, but we'll see.